everybody, and welcome to the Dr. Psych Mom Show. Today I'm going to talk about 10 quick ways to show your partner you love them. So people love these concrete, listicle things, and the reason is because it's so practical. You got limited time, got limited energy. I hear you. And so a lot of people just literally want to be told what to do, and I get that. And so here I am to tell you. And before I do tell you what to do, please do subscribe. My most recent subscriber episode was Strangely Expecting the Worst Can Change Your Life for the Better. And you get that and over 200 more episodes if you subscribe. Okay, so 10 quick ways to show your partner you love them. It is obviously easy to put your partner dead last in your priority list because you have so many other things on your plate, like kids and work and then extended family, friends, fitness, mental health, physical health. I mean, money, the list goes on, And so sometimes people can feel hopeless and disheartened because they think, okay, if I want to hang out with my spouse, it has to be this whole thing. Or if you're a guy, you think, all right, I got to plan this whole romantic thing. You don't really. Like little gestures can go a long way because people do not expect them. So then, like, for example, if you're planning this big weekend, then sure, like the person has expectations, obviously, for how it's going to go. But if you, for example, leave them a little note, like I'm going to talk about, then they didn't expect it. It's just a full out dopamine burst and there's really no downside. All right, so obviously I just gave you the first one. The first one is notes in unexpected places. So put something on your partner's laptop, a Post-it, something where they make their food in the morning, coffee cup, the car, the steering wheel, anything like that. You say, I love you, I miss you, I'm thinking of you. This is so easy. And by the way, this whole idea is based on a post I did many years ago about 10 ways to show your kids you love them. So most of these you can also do with your children. And if you struggle with low energy, which so many of us do, especially women at midlife, then literally these don't take a lot of energy. They just don't. Like, listen to this post, write it down in your notes app, these ideas, and execute. Okay, so the first one is notes in unexpected places. Okay, so the next one is a little gift. I don't care. Everybody can get a gift in the days of Amazon. You can get a key ring. You can get a mug. You could get a t-shirt. You could get a notepad. You could get your wife a lip gloss. You could get your husband a bottle opener. I mean, these things, they're all over Etsy. Literally, this is so low effort. Type in cute gifts for husband or cute gifts for wife. Just buy it. Literally, just buy something. It will probably be less than $20, okay? And it could be less than $10. And it will really make their day if you're with somebody who thinks that you do not prioritize them and then they get a little gift. Well, guess what? They now know that you do prioritize them and you think about them when they're not around, which is the most flattering thing. All right, for the next thing, showing appreciation with text. So everybody texts constantly, but mostly we text like, did you forget this? Are you going to do that? Tonight they have this. Tonight they have soccer. Are you driving to soccer? How about you just text your partner, I appreciate that you do X. I appreciate that you make such good breakfast. I appreciate that you care so much about the kids. I appreciate that you don't look like a decomposed corpse even though we are middle-aged. Whatever it is, you just say that you appreciate something about them. All right, the next one is, this is going to seem hard for some of you, but making up a pet name. Now, you could be like, oh my God, and I hear this all the time. This is a deep problem. This is an elephant in the room. We never had a pet name. We're not a honey babe couple, and we don't have any pet names. Well, you could make up a pet name for your spouse. Or if that really seems like a bridge too far, maybe you did used to say honey or babe or sweetie at the beginning, and you could try to execute on that again. But a lot of people have as a core sadness and grievance inside that they don't have some sort of special little name or some sort of special pet term of endearment. And if you can rectify that, then try. For a lot of people, it feels very awkward because you didn't grow up with it. But for other people, they could take this as an epiphany moment and they could execute on it. All right. The next one is a song. Remember your song, your wedding song? So we're at 5 now. Your wedding song. So get back out your wedding song and play it the next time you're in the car. That would be cute. People like to have a special song. If you never had a special song and you never had a pet name, well, things are not looking good. I mean, I'm a realist, right? If there are not any special things, then you may need to go back to some of my posts on when you've never been in love with your spouse. But for many of you, you do have a pet name, you do have a special song, you just haven't used that stuff in a while because life got away from you, okay? And so what is the next thing? Unsolicited physical touch, non-sexual physical touch. So a hug or a kiss or a back rub or a head scratch or whatever it is that the person is not expecting, go over and give them non-sexual physical touch. If you say that if I touch my husband, then he tries to turn around and grope my boobs, then I have lots and lots of podcasts for you to send him that tell him why that is destroying your emotional connection with him and your sex life. But in many cases, your husband is not going to be a dick and he's just going to be happy, or your wife will just be happy that you went over and you did something unsolicited that makes them feel good. The next one is planning together. I have a whole post on this on drpsychmom.com, why women love when you plan with them. A lot of men like it too. If you have a partner who likes to plan, likes to think about the 5-year plan, likes to think about what's coming up for vacation, likes to do anything like that, then sit down and say, let's make a plan for the future about vacation, about retirement. Let's think about something about where we'll be in the next 10 years. Let's plan if we're going to go to either of our high school or college reunions. That would be fun. Let's plan if we're going to take a couple's vacation or a family vacation with this other couple or family that we like. Sitting down and looking at destinations, looking at things that you're planning together is something that many, many people value a lot. All right. And the reality is you are going to be with this person forever, you hope. So there's plenty and plenty of things that you could come up with to plan, whether they're family things, couples things, whatever. If you know that your spouse likes to plan as a family, don't be passive aggressive and only try to plan a couple's vacation. Plan a family vacation with them, and that would be really nice. Okay, another thing that you could do is send an article that you know they would like. See, so you thought, oh my God, I sent them so many articles, all the Dr. Psych Mom articles about why they suck, right? No, send them an article that you actually think that they would like. So if your husband really likes sports, send an article about sports. Oh, I thought you would like seeing this. If your wife likes home, purchasing or something about, real estate investing. So many women get into this at this point, myself included, and then send her something about the housing market. If your husband likes crypto, send them some shit about crypto. If your wife likes learning about child development, send her something about, oh, this is how teenagers act, right? And if you are seen to really, really want to engage in their interests, then that's very positive. Another one is picking out a new show to watch. Show watching is good. As long as you're not just literally sucked into your individual phones and not engaging, watching a show together is a primary way that people bond. And that's not bad. I like to watch shows, especially as the winter comes and then you're cold. And a lot of women do not want to go out and do their evening walk or whatever else they were doing during the warmer months. Now they're in hibernation mode. And so watching a new show together and picking that out together can be a source of a lot of closeness, cuddling, etc. It's something that you don't do with the kids, you just do yourselves. All right. And the last one, and this is a longer term one, would be reading a book together. Now, I know that you thought I was going to say some crazy thing, but this is kind of crazy for a lot of people. A lot of people don't really have the time. They feel they don't have the time to read. But if you are reading something together, people will go to book club with literal strangers and they will not read a book with their spouse. This is why when I do couples therapy, I frequently recommend that people read the same book. I have all these self-development and relationship and psychology books on my website, drsamantharodman.com/rec reading, but it can be some other book. It can be a novel. It could be a book about some interest that you share. It could be anything. Read Die with Zero. I talk about Die with Zero all the time. Men love that book and women love it too for probably different reasons, but overall anybody at midlife is going to like Die with Zero. So read that one or read any other one. They're all quick and easy. This one's a little less quick and easy, but maybe if you read for like 20 minutes a week even, then you would be able to talk about it with each other. I mean, at some point, you got to like put in a little bit of effort, right? So those are my 10. And you could share this with your partner if you want, or if you're going to actually execute on this, then don't share it with your partner. Just use the ideas. And if they're like, why are you acting different? Then you say, I'm listening to podcasts to improve our relationship. Do you feel closer to me? Is it working? Just like a kind of nice, fun vibe that like, here I am executing on something that I read about because I value you enough that I'm trying to come up with these ideas, and nobody's gonna not like that. You don't keep things secret from your spouse. If you are working on the relationship, that's very, very, very positive. Okay, so I hope that you like this and that it was concrete and practical and that you execute on at least one of the ideas. And if you have so much resentment, bitterness, and awkwardness with your spouse that you cannot imagine doing these, then, it might be time to finally bite the bullet and reach out for couples coaching or couples therapy and honestly start working on the only relationship that your kids are going to have as a template, possibly. I mean, for most kids it is, unless you get divorced and remarried. And if you're listening to this, you are not at that point yet because you're still trying to work on your relationship. So point is, work on your relationship. It does not have to be a superhuman effort. It can be done in minutes a day. It's a template for your children. And if you can't do any of this stuff, then reach out. Reach out to me, my practice. I always have the contact information, Samantha at drpsychmom.com or whatever. So I hope that this gave you some ideas. I hope that at least one marriage is made a couple percentage points more positive from listening to this. And I will talk to y'all soon. And as always, please do subscribe to get all the extra episodes. Bye, guys.